Hey? Zara's gotten upset. Oh, I see. It's because the dog with the coaster cone on his head. She's upset. Come on, Zara. Really? I wonder when that tree's going to break a branch. Hopefully not while I'm sitting here. Tocky's having a lovely old time. I've still only got one bar there. This is pretty crazy. Because I'm going to join the girls. The girls are all over there. So I'll join them. Oh, I don't think this is going to be of any use. I think the internet's just not going to work, whatever I'm trying to use it. When you don't need it, it works, and when you need it, it doesn't work. Doesn't matter, I'm enjoying the sun anyway. It's nice. Really is a lovely afternoon. Wow. Yeah, I keep hearing that tree. That's that tree over there. There's a limb over there that's about to break, I'd say. I think. If it does, they're going to bolt like crazy. They do. It's just a shame there's a fence in front of them. Oh. They're in good shape at the moment, the horses. They're at about the right. I mean, Zara could lose a little weight. Toggy could lose a little bit of weight, but they are in good shape. So I'm pleased with how they're looking at the moment. I just got to get really consistent over summer, and that means very early in the morning and very late in the evening doing our rides, instead of doing in the middle of the day because it's just too hot. Unless I can put some shade in here, get some trees in here and cause some shade to happen, then I can ride in the middle of the day. But it's just a little bit difficult. Although this year, I've got a little bit of shade coming off those ornamental pear trees. Once they get some leaves and things, it might work. Yeah, there's a lot of people that's having a lot of trouble with their horses, with their feet right now, and I feel terrible for them because I've had horses that have bad feet before, and it's very difficult when they continuously become lame. As a matter of fact, Jilly, my horse that I had here first, who passed away when she was 6, she had terrible feet. She was lame quite a lot, but then I got a really good farrier who was a master farrier, and he was an elderly gentleman. As a matter of fact, he did my horses up until he was 83, or 82 or 83 years of age before he stopped doing my horses. And he only stopped because I sort of said, hey, it's getting too much for you. He was starting to sort of not cope with the heat and stuff. It was too much. I mean, I couldn't even do it at 50, so doing it at 83 is really a huge thing. But let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more on these two. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty certain there's going to be a branch coming down the next day or two. It is creaking like crazy. I just hope it's not a huge one. It's doing like a big creak. It's nice listening to the sound of the wind in the trees as well. A little bit back out a bit. There's Ellie's just there in the side there. So deceiving. She looks like she's smaller than Zara now, but she's a lot bigger. Just that she's standing further back. The camera can really be tricky. I hope everyone's having a really nice weekend over in the United States and over in England and wherever else there is on the planet. I hope everyone's having a good weekend, getting a good rest and some time to do some self-care while you're off from work. For those who have to be at work on the weekend, I hope they're just having a cruisy weekend and it's not too much. This did a lot of weekend work. I didn't mind it. A couple of parrots going past there. Rosellas, I think. Oh no, they're just green parrots. I don't know what they're technically called. Oh, I'm sitting on a horse feed bin and it keeps on falling down. I'm too chubby. I've got to lose weight. stuff I've got to do. Yeah, I'm going to quickly go and get my poo scooper and get all the poop cleaned up again. I've already done it twice today, but it's just never ending. As you say, I'll be back. was trying to take off his collar. All right. Well, thanks to everybody who is watching, and I hope that if you don't have a horse of your own, I hope that if you really love horses, you're able to have access to one at some point. It's very important. There's a lot of people who really, really love animals and they can't have them, and I think it's important that they get access in some way, shape or form to an animal of their liking. You can volunteer at places. There are plenty of horse rescues that need volunteers, and sometimes they even need riders, so that's a good idea for people who are horse enthusiasts that can't afford to go, because I know it's expensive to go and get lessons and things like that. It's really very, very, very much catering to people with money, and those without money don't get to do it, which is wrong. Or find somebody like me who's willing to just help you and teach you with their own horses that, you know, maybe they just enjoy teaching. Put an ad up and ask. It doesn't hurt to ask, you know, is there anybody who would like some help with their horses? I have a lady who comes out and I give her lessons, and in return the horses get exercised a lot more than they would if it was just me. So it's a great working relationship, because we don't have to, there's no money involved. She doesn't have to pay me, and I don't have to pay her. We just have a love of horses. We get along really well, and we're able to sort of help each other out, which is a good thing. You'd be surprised how many people out there would really enjoy somebody coming that doesn't have access to horses or other animals. And the lady sometimes brings a little fella out. She's got a little 2-year-old boy. Sometimes he comes out. He loves it. He loves seeing the horses. He loves being around the farm stuff and tractor and things like that. So, and I get enjoyment out of it too. It gives me some socialisation, and it gives me happiness to see somebody who otherwise wouldn't get that sort of opportunity getting it, because I know what it's like when you don't have money. I know what it's like to be very, very broke and very poor. And I also know what it's like to, you know, want to be around horses and not be able to. It can be pretty heartbreaking, especially if they're your animal. I'm actually waiting to hear back from another young lady who was going to start coming out and having some goes with Zara and Ellie. She broke her ankle though, and I haven't heard from her. I'll have to give her a call to see if she still wants to come out. Might have turned out she's got to be off the foot a bit longer. Yeah, it is peace and quiet, but it's also hard work. Like, there's a lot that needs to be done, and it's physically a lot of work. You really got to be willing to be up early and out and physically do a lot of stuff. And I'm only on a very tiny lot of land. I'm only on 6.5 acres, so I'm not on a lot of land at all. But that is way, way big for me. I would rather not. City. Just trying to keep an eye on the dog. He's literally trying to. Hey. You can't take it off. Hey. He's got he's trying to get this cone off his head. It's unbelievable, the poor thing. There he is over there. Look at him. Wants that cone off. If he can't take it off because he's got stitches in his face, and if he takes it off, he'll scratch his face open, and we'll be back at the vet again. So I'm hoping that he doesn't keep trying to get it off. He needs to settle down a bit. I spoke to the vet the other day about a sedative, and they said no, it's not a good idea. Try to, because he's going to get a little bit worse when the stitches start actually healing, because he's going to be itchy. So it will be a bit of a challenge. The good thing is he's able to be outside and, you know, relatively back to his normal self. He's just got to be supervised a little bit better, but it'll only be a couple of weeks and he'll be back to normal again. We can just go back to how we were before. going with his lovely lady girlfriend and be back in his own space. He'll be much happier then. Tocky, naughty boy. It's been a bit silly. Actually, I'm going to take my little gold pen down one day this week and go down the other end of the land where the big natural spring is, and I'm going to just pan down there, do some panning down there once it warms up a little bit and see how that actually goes, because I've got a feeling that that's maybe a better spot to be looking for bigger pieces. The hillside's eroding really quite a lot, so there's some really huge gum tree roots exposed and things, and that's where gold will trap in roots. So I might actually have a go at that and see how that goes, and just pan. I might get lucky and find more than Soundacre Studios finding. Hopefully he finds something decent today. And hopefully he gets some good donations for his sister, because I did say on the last stream that she's got cancer and she's not doing so well, so she's just about to undergo chemo and radiotherapy. So she's got 6 months of that to go, so that's a lot. And she's been through a lot. She's only in her 30s. I think she's only just turned 30, 31 or something like that. Very young. She's had to have a double mastectomy, which is a massive thing. It's a huge thing psychologically to undergo and physically to undergo. And hoping he can get on a plane and go over and see her and stay there and have some time with her. And hopefully the treatment works. Oh, there goes my mate. My friend Bronwyn's going past there. She does greyhounds, and they've got some really good dogs. Their dogs they're producing champion greyhounds, and I love them because I love going over to Bronwyn's. I've taken care of the dogs when she's been away on holidays and things. Her dogs are in the best condition I've ever seen any dogs in. They are treated like absolute gold. And you don't often see that in the greyhound industry. There's a lot of people in the greyhound industry who don't look after their dogs very well, and unless the dog's actually winning them money, the dog gets no help whatsoever. But they look after their dogs. They run a really nice pet transport business as well, which is good. Tocky's coming over to get some more hay. Little red devil. Little red devil. I've had no luck finding another farrier. I got my mate to do it. But I need to get a master farrier out here, just for a real good clean up and shape. The other guy did a great job. My mate did a good job. So that was good, but we just had such strange weather, like good weather, bad weather, good weather, bad weather. And their feet it takes a massive toll, because they'll be wet all night and then suddenly it gets really super hot and they dry right out and they crack and split. And if you put things like hoof oil on a split hoof, you're asking for an infection. So it's best not to. boy, Tock. Lily. Here she comes. Sudie, you can't be digging over there, mate. He's digging a hole. She's coming over. What's he doing? He's trying to get that off and he's digging the hole at the same time. It's all right, Lily. It's just Sudie. Sudie. I may have to go and take care of it because he's really doing some naughty stuff. He's going to get himself in trouble. Okay. Sudie. Sudie. Look what I found! Look what I found, Molly! Oh. Thank you. Hop up, don't eat the dirt. There. Take the dirt away. Oh, you want the dirt. Silly boy. Okay. Oh, keep falling down. This thing I'm sitting on keeps collapsing. I'm just at the wrong angle. So Tocky's going to head off and have a drink. Zara's going to finish off whatever's here. Get a bit closer to her. She looks lovely when that sun's hitting on her in the afternoon. She's got a beautiful coat. Gorgeous, gorgeous horse. Ian, what time is it in Queensland? Are you on the same time as us at the moment? Are you at 5 o'clock, Nellie? 4:55? I never can remember if it's during daylight savings that you're different or if because you guys don't have daylight savings, do you? I don't think. I don't think Queensland has it. Or maybe they do. Sun's starting to go down now. It's like it's starting to go down. Probably be gone down in maybe another hour. Right, gone. dinner time. Almost done. We were supposed to be raining all weekend, so we've been lucky. I thought it might have rained this afternoon, but it's not. Well, look at it, so that's good. Here comes Peppy. Chocola. Says, yeah, I'm coming. I'm going to come over. Chubby boy. You've been in the mud again. Of course, you can't help it. There's mud everywhere. Such a peaceful way of spending the afternoon. Getting yourself ready to sleep. Just relaxing with the horses. And enjoying that last bit of sun. Really is wonderful. You can see the sun right at the back there. See how red he is. Hi Godzilla, how you doing? Hope you're having a good weekend. It's been beautiful weather here. Can you hear them crunching? They're like crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh, time to drink water, it's telling me. I'll drink my water. I got the water. Do you want some? Want my water? You just had yours. Yeah, it's beautiful. How's your weather? Looks the same. Yeah. We were meant to have rain all weekend, but thank goodness we didn't. I was glad too because the other day they'd forecast for rain and I know how close this was. So, oh, I'm already on the furthest away. My my friend George in the cemetery, his partner Lorraine passed away last Wednesday and she got buried yesterday. And thank goodness they had a really nice day for it because it was supposed to be raining yesterday, so I'm glad that it didn't. I'm glad that it went nice for her. And so she's back with her best mate George, and it's been 7 years since he went. So actually 8 years. He's been gone 8 years. On the 15th of August he was, oh, that would have been wild. I remember what was going on. Oh, that would have been wild. I would have been upset on that day because it would have been George's anniversary. Yeah. And on the 12th of August would have been my 18th anniversary if I was still married. It would have been. But alas, well, technically on paper I'm still married, but in person, no. But it's funny how you forget anniversaries, but there's something that nags you that goes, hang on, you've forgotten something. He's really enjoying his tea. I'd love to go back to the Glasshouse Mountains up in Queensland. I'd enjoy that. And Mount Tambourine. I'd like to go back there. I don't remember there. I think that's where the Thunder Egg Mining Park was, Mount Tambourine. Or is that in the Glasshouse Mountains? I can't remember. But I do remember going there and digging for thunder eggs. That was fun. And just the bush in there was beautiful. I loved it. The rainforests in Queensland are beautiful. Glasshouse Mountains was gorgeous. I think we just went bushwalking up there. But it was so nice. I stayed in a funny little place. My cousin was living there. Logan, I think it's called. Logan in Queensland. Is it Logan? Oh, I don't know what it's called. It's got a lot of housing commissions in it. But I stayed there. My cousin was renting a place there. And I stayed there for one night. I was only a kid. And then went to SeaWorld and Dreamworld and stayed on the roller coaster at SeaWorld nearly the entire day. I can't remember if we stayed one night or 2 nights. We might have stayed 2 nights. Oh, I can't remember, but I just know that it was a fun thing going in the bush walking. And doing the Thunder Egg mining. That was exciting. And of course getting back home and then using the diamond tip saw to cut the thunder eggs in half and see what you got inside. That was exciting. You had heaps of thunder eggs that we took back. Yeah, so it was Logan I was at, yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty rough area. I remember my cousin saying, don't go outside at night. And I remember because I would have been about 15. Not that we ever went outside at night anyway. We were our thing was very strict, but I remember my cousin just saying to my father, don't go out at night. If you need anything, get it on your way here and don't go out at night. And that was way back then. That was in 1991, 1990. That was like 30 odd years, 40 years ago. No, not 40 years ago, 30 something years ago. 34 years ago. Hang on. 16, yeah, 34 years ago. And it was really classed as a bad place back then, so. It's like Mount Druitt, and then down in Melbourne they've got, what's the one in Melbourne that they say is a bad suburb? St Kilda or something, I think it is, or Fitzroy, one of those, where they've got the big footy team, but it's apparently not a good place to be. Mind you, I lived in Housing Commission and I was a decent person. And then I left Housing Commission and I went into social housing, which was dearer. You paid more, but you got into a better area because it was just getting unsafe in the area that I was living. I had small kids. And then I decided, well, I started working and earning quite good money, and it was just getting ridiculous. The amount of rent I was paying was more than what I would have been paying privately, so because they do it on a scale of what you earn. And I was earning good money. So I decided to buy a place instead, and that's how I ended up buying my first ever block of land and whatnot. Of course, bought the crappiest and cheapest thing I could find, but I'm glad I did because it's within your means, and that way when times get hard, the interest rates go up, you can still stay. You don't lose it all. It's coming really close to me. St Kilda is where all the rich Jews live. Oh, okay. Oh. So it mustn't be, is it Fitzroy, Footscray or something? I don't know. My cousins live down there. I've got cousins down there, cousins in Queensland. I think there's some in New Zealand. They're all over the darn place. I think there's bad everywhere you go now. I think there's a bad element in every place you go now. And some suburbs are just full-on no-go zones. You just shouldn't go there at all. I remember years ago, when I lived in Mount Druitt, and it was deemed to be the most dangerous place in the whole of Australia. And I used to walk to and from work and in the dark, and I'd be walking at 10 o'clock at night, walking home from work, doing, Thursday night shopping and then clean up. And I was fine. Oh my goodness, wait till you see when I got away. And then we can spot them. Some little parrots here. See them? There's a few of them. There's another one there. Nice little bush parrots. They're little boys. The girls are grey. The boys are green. So the girls are a bit dull looking. The boys are gorgeous. They're like budgies. I think they are budgies. Are they budgies? No, I don't know. There might be a type of budgie. They're beautiful though. There's one there. A male and female pair there. There's a heap of them there. Look at them. There they are. Look at the colour. They're stunning. The boys have got, and they've got red on their back. Underneath there's red. There's 3 girls and 2 boys, 3 boys. So they're all trying to be mating pairs. Oops. 2 boys there and 3 girls. Oh no, 3 boys, 3 girls. Oh, okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 girls and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boys. 6 girls and 5 boys. Ah, look at them. There they are. There's one over there. Oh no, 6 of each. So 6 pairs of parrots. Okay, so that's a pretty decent little flock. They'll be ready in the spring. We'll go back to the ponies. Where are the ponies? There they are. Oh, there's Ellie. There's Zara's backside. You don't want to see your backside, Zara. Go back over and look at Toppy. So it was pretty expensive yesterday. It was $650 for a water pump. It only lasted about, I think I bought the last one in 2019, just before COVID. So 6 years it lasted. The bearings went in it, and it just wouldn't work anymore. It wasn't pumping anymore. So that was a big chunk. It's been an expensive week. The vet, $1,000, $650 for the pump, and last Wednesday, $500 for the cat. So all my savings are pretty much gone. But I'm glad I had a nest egg there to pay. Thank goodness for that. It's an awful lot. This is why everyone just save money. Even if it's $20, $5, $10, put aside a little bit every single week. That way when things go wrong, you got it. And I bought all my appliances 10 years ago. The dryer blew up, the washing machine blew up. I've got a second-hand washing machine, which is exactly the same as the old washing machine I just had blow up. I only paid $200 for it. It works like an absolute beauty. Belonged to an elderly couple who hardly used it, so it's like having a brand new washer. And then I got the fridge is probably very close to going on the blink at the moment. Once that goes, I think I'm not going to do much. I'll get a second-hand fridge next time. I don't think I'll buy a brand new one. They just don't make... I'll get an older one from the 70s or 80s that lasts. They're still going. These modern fridges, you get lucky if you get 8 to 10 years out of them, and they just throw away. The cost to get someone out to fix them is ridiculous. You're better off just buying a brand new fridge. So I'll get one of the old Kelvinators or something from the 80s or 90s. Anything after, say, 95, electronic equipment is no good. She says, well, you're going to bother the birds. You're going to make the birds fly away. There she goes. She's going to check out and see if they've got anything there worth her going over there for. No. She says, no, they don't have anything. I'll come back here. I didn't know there was a settlement of Jewish people in St Kilda. That's strange. I wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought they would have been in Sydney, because Sydney's the main hub of where everybody comes first. Although maybe Melbourne is now. Maybe Melbourne's becoming the big international draw card. Who knows? Oh, yeah, for the gold rush. Yeah, okay. So did a lot of Chinese people. People don't realise that Chinese have been in Australia as long as the white settlements. They came over here too. A lot of them actually came over here with the first settlement to basically help start Australia, just as a new opportunity. It was a cheap place to get passage to and start new. You could get land for virtually nothing. Oh, is it? Oh. Never been to a synagogue. Great-grandmother was Jewish. But I have nothing to do with the Jewish side of the family. But, yeah. But she married an Englishman who wasn't Jewish. And then when my grandfather was born, for him to stay Jewish, he had to marry a Jewish woman. But he didn't. He just married an English lady. He actually married my grandmother, who was in Australia. He came to Australia and became a circuit riding preacher back in the day, and used to ride out all over the central west of Australia on his horse. That's how he met my grandmother. He actually had an accident because he couldn't ride and fell off the horse. And my grandmother told me this. I was probably the only person who ever sat and listened to this story. But she said to me, I said, how did you meet Pop? And she said, oh, he used to be a circuit riding preacher. He was only young, and he was working for the Salvation Army. And he was doing missionary work out central west of New South Wales. And he was working for, basically to go out into Aboriginal communities as well, and, try and start the Salvation Army up, sort of out this way, out in the sticks and out in the bush. And basically, he had a massive accident. The horse took off, and apparently he hated riding horses, but that's all they'd give him. And he come off and got seriously injured, and happened to be down the road from my grandmother's farm, and her father found him on the side of the road, and they took him back to their place and nursed him back to health. And after that, he went back to the city, and then came back out and stayed permanently out with her for a few years before they moved back to the city. He did more work in the Salvation Army. So, interesting way for them to meet. And I'm really literally about the only person in my family. Oh no, my cousin Erica totally loves horses. But I'm probably the only person in my family besides her that actually is horse mad. But yeah, he was not a happy chap. What you doing, bud? Oh, she's gonna have a pee in the corner. She goes in the same spot. She's like a stallion. She's a bit dominant, so she likes to pee in the same spot. Oh, she's pooping. Pee and poop in the same spot. Toppy is picking up whatever scraps he can find. I didn't realise that there was a heap of synagogues down in St Kilda. I had no idea. It goes to show I don't really know much. I know my backyard and that's about it. I know my backyard like nothing. I know it like the back of my hand, but I don't really know anything else about anywhere else. I don't really go anywhere to sort of learn much about things. I really should start travelling, even just day trips. I would like to start doing some cave explorations. There are caves not far from me. Wouldn't mind going and doing some cave explorations. Just in easy caves, not hard ones. Otherwise I'll get lost and no one will be able to know I'm even gone. If I went caving, it could be 2 or 3 weeks before I'm noticed missing. And all the animals will be like starved to death. No, I can't do that. I got to stay home and only do a small trip here and there and let everyone know that I'm leaving and going, so that if I don't come back, at least the animals will get fed. Oh, glowworm caves. Oh, you know what? George's Gold Mine. Have you ever been to George's Gold Mine? They had glowworm caves there. It's all closed up now. It used to be, it's out in the middle of nowhere, George's Gold Mine. It's in New South Wales. When I was a kid, I got taken there several times, and the fella George, he had all this old equipment. I think you might be able to see it on YouTube. But he was a lovely old fella, and he used to pass around this lump of gold. It's probably worth an absolute fortune. It would be worth an absolute fortune now, probably about 20 grand today. You know, a few ounces, and I think it was about 4.5, 5 ounces of gold. He used to hand around and let everybody touch it and hold it and whatnot. It was heavy as anything. But we used to go inside the glowworm caves, and of course they give you a little helmet with the light on. And when you get inside, and then he'll say, turn your lights off. And they'll turn all the lights off, and then it was magnificent. It's like being in a universe of stars and the worms. Really beautiful. I'd love to go to New Zealand. Haven't been there. I'd love to though. It's only 3 hours away, but I'm scared to fly. I could catch, oh, you know what? I could catch a cruise ship to New Zealand, possibly. I may risk it. Try. I'm not much of a risk taker. But hey, got to die somehow. Why not? Must actually in New Zealand today. He's over there. Hope he's having a ball. Haven't heard anything, so I'm imagining it's all going well. Good time of year to go too, right? When just before spring, just before the holiday season. Not too expensive. And staying with his wife's family. They didn't take their kids, so they got first time in 6 years they're kid free for a week, which is fantastic. Can't wait till they get back and let me know how it all went. It's getting cold now, so it's 5:30. I've been on here for an hour. So I might head off and go, and the only things I've got to do now is feed the cats, and I'm done for the evening. Might jump back on a bit later, see how I go. Not really feeling musical, but I might do some karaoke just to help me get to sleep. I'm not really good at singing at the moment, but it'll be a bit of fun, hopefully. And tomorrow I'll want to do some more rides on Ellie tomorrow. I want to get on her, and actually, if it's dry enough in that round yard, I want to get into a canter tomorrow. I've only done a canter twice since I came off her, and I want to get back into it. She's tried to do it, but I just stop it because I get scared. But yeah, it's getting really cold. Hands are going purple. And I'm completely dehydrated. Look at this. If I pinch my skin, it stays up, which means you're dehydrated. It should go flat, but it doesn't. So I need to drink a lot more water. When in Australia, you must drink lots of water. It creeps up on you, that sun. You don't realise how quickly you dehydrate. Yeah, you have a good night too. Thanks for popping by. Thanks to everyone who has popped by, and thanks for the 3 people who put the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, have a lovely evening. Bye for now. And take care. Have a good weekend.